to episode 16 of the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura and I'm coming to you from a wet, windy, not very nice day in Ireland. Today is the 27th of May 2017 and it is a Saturday. So I just wanted to say hello to all new viewers and welcome back to all returning. It's great to have you all on board watching. I didn't podcast last week. I just wasn't really in the zone, the podcasting zone. So I said I'd take a break and come back this week with I have a few finished objects to show you. So we will move on to that in a few minutes. Firstly, you can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, and there's a group for the podcast on Ravelry, and also you can find the show notes on wordpress.com, but I will link all of them below in the description box or on the episode thread on Ravelry if that's where you're watching me from today. So, administration, I think that's it. What else? Don't think of anything, so moving along to finished objects. So first let's go to the angel hat. So the angel hat is a pattern by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, and I see they have a new episode up, so I will be watching that today. So this is a free pattern on Ravelry and it is a worsted weight hat. So here is mine. You can see, so it's quite a textured hat. It's quite a long rib down the bottom and then just a textured pattern. I haven't weaved in any of the ends on any of the finished objects, but I'm calling them finished anyway because I will have a weaving in end party at some stage. So yeah, this is in Malabrigo Rios in the Nimbus Grey colorway. So I won't try it on because I have my hair in a ponytail and it won't fit over my head. But it is quite fitted. It's like a beanie more so than a slouchy kind of hat. But it'd be really good for the winter. This kind of grey I like goes well with my hair. It's quite a charcoaly kind of grey with flecks of a lighter grey. But I don't know what to do about the pom-pom. So I feel it needs a pom-pom. All hats need a pom-pom. But I don't know what I want to do. I have some yarn left over, so I could make a big yarny pom-pom, or I could get a faux fur and sew it on. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below on what you think I should do regarding the pom-pom situation. So this was knit 4.5mm needles for the body and I think 4 for the ribbing. Very simple, very quick. Rios knits up really fast and it's nice and soft and squishy. So really happy with that. So that is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is a pair of socks. So I was showing these last time. So these are my pebble socks, which is a pattern by the Knitting Expat or Mina Phillip. And this is made out of zigzag, King Cole zigzag in the majestic colorway, and the red is, I can never name it, sheeps, don't know, but just a plain red, and did a rounded toe. And then for the heel on these socks I did an afterthought heel, so I knit just a tube sock round and round and round, which was lovely, and then I chopped up that knitting, so it actually fits really well. So then basically what you do is you pick up stitches kind of on either side, you leave a row in the middle where you're going to snip for your heel, then you chop it up very carefully, and then you just knit basically a toe. So it's a toe heel, This is the yarn stockinette, and this is it with the pattern. So it's a very simple, just textured pattern, and there's the heel. So it looks ridiculous, like it's just kind of flopping about here when it's not on your foot, but it fits really well. I did enjoy it, and I think it is a heel I will do again, especially if it's a contrasting coloured yarn, contrasting heel. I think it's a lot easier than fiddling with changing colour and then picking back up with the previous colour, and there's less ends to weave in at the end. Not that I've done that yet, but yes, I need to wash these as well and give them a bit of a block before I can wear them, but I really like them. So these are my Majestic Pebble socks. I knit these on 2.5 high sharps. Nope, regular highs. So they're there. Nice and compact. It's quite rustic yarn, like quite rough, but I don't really mind that for my feet. It's not the roughest, but it could be softer. So they are my Majestic Pebbles. And now we have another pair of socks. These are just a pair of shorty socks. They are the Strawberry Field socks by Amber of Maker's Haven. And here, don't mind this end here that needs to be woven in. Catch that up. Here they are. So this is this is also a free pattern on Ravelry. It is a simple pattern, and these little eyelets look like little strawberry pips, and it's really cute. So Amber is currently hosting a strawberry knit along, so you can knit anything that reminds you of strawberries, be it the pattern or the yarn or whatever comes into your head. So she has a pattern called the Strawberry Field socks, so that's perfect. So I ran out of yarn. I wanted to do, so this is my first toe up sock actually, so that was interesting, trying to cast on, but I figured it out eventually, and so I started with the toe up, and I had kind of just scraps, so I had about 30-ish grams of this pink, which is Drops Fable, and I had this is a mini from a set of minis that I got from the Rainbow Cloud shop, which the one behind that is Kasha, and it was the Postcards from Rio set, and this is a kind of a fuchsia kind of pink, so that was the mini there. And then this dark purple is Cascade Heritage sock, and I had planned on just doing the heel in this Drops Fable if I could, and then just doing the cuff in this mini here, but I didn't really have enough. So I wish now I had done a stripe of the darker purple in the toe, just to kind of tie them all together a little bit better. So they're a bit of a hodgepodge pair of socks with just little scraps, but they fit well. They're really comfy, and this mini is so soft. It's really, really nice yarn, and I really like them. So these are my Strawberry Field socks. I knit these on 2.5 millimeter. It's 64 stitches, and I seen Jules of So Sweet Violet. She is taking part in the knit along as well, and she has done a full length kind of sock, so she just continued up the leg with the pattern, which is nice as well. But I hadn't knit shorty socks before, and I thought, since that's what the pattern calls for, that I would follow it. So I did a fish lips kiss heel, and just a 2x2 rib for the cuff, and they're there, my Strawberry Field socks. And I also have to weave in the ends. I don't like weaving in ends. I'm not very good at weaving in ends either. They always pop out on me after I've woven them in. They come loose, so I'm not very good at it. But practice makes perfect, and I've got a lot of practice ahead of me this evening. So I'm going to wash these 3 items this evening and give them a bit of a block and a weave in. So they are all my finished objects. Now what will we move on? We'll move on to works in progress. So one second. So we have, so I had 4 kind of projects on the needles, and I got them 3 finished. I got the 2 pairs of socks finished this morning, and the hat I finished during the week. So the one project left on my needles is the square and stripes sweater, which I showed last time with my little sister, because it is a sweater for my little sister Sophie. So I don't know where I was. I think I was kind of just on, I was just about to separate for the sleeves. Oh no, I think I had actually, because there was a few stripes already. So here we go. There's yarn everywhere. So this is the progress I've made. It's not for me, it's for my sister. I'll stand up here, see if that's a bit easier. So we're making good progress. We're on one of the sleeves here now. This one is just a little armhole. Pick up for the sleeves, and it's just a basic, quite boxy sweater. It reminds me a lot of the Hohi Locatelli boxy, and it is a pattern by Vera Valimaki. I'm not sure if I said that. And yeah, that is it so far. So I'm having a bit of a debacle at the moment. So this is, I'll tell you what yarn I use first. So this is Signet DK Superwash, which is just a commercial kind of basic yarn. And then this lighter pinky purple is Maker's Haven. It's a one of a kind skein that I got off Amber. Maker's Haven. So I have a shelf which I keep my stash, so I'll go on to my debacle now. So I have a shelf which I keep my stash on in my bedroom, and I counted how many skeins I had of this purple, and I counted them up and I got 8. So I was like, that's perfect, that's more than enough of what I need of this. And I started knitting, no problem, and then I was kind of winding the balls up as I needed them rather than doing it all at the start. So I went to, I had this is the ball that I have left, and I grabbed this and I was working on the sleeve, and then I realised, whoopsies, I just went to check to see if I was expecting to still have 2 skeins after this left. And then I realised that I do not. I have 0 skeins after this one left. Instead of a purple, I had a really kind of dark blueberry colour sitting beside it, which I miscounted and thought was one of this colour, and it's not. So I'm 2 skeins short, and I'm definitely going to need more yarn than this. So I have another, how much left? I have another, say, 3 inches on this sleeve to go, and then I have like a 10-inch sleeve to go here, and I have to pick up the neckband, and I have to go back. It's on waste yarn at the end, and do the ribbing at the end. So I'm definitely going to need more yarn. So I ordered another 2 skeins of this. I probably only need 1, but I ordered another 2 just to be sure. But I doubt they're going to be the same dye lot, and so I might have one mismatched sleeve. So that's sad, but there's not much I can do about it now, and I'm not ripping it out. We'll see what happens when the yarn comes. Might be lucky, might be exactly the same. Because it's commercial, it potentially will be very similar, so not the worst. So this is Sophia's square and striped sweater. There's like a central kind of seam running down the middle, which I like, kind of adds a little bit of interest. It's kind of a drop-ish shoulder, and like it's an exposed kind of seams on the sleeves and anywhere that you pick up. So I don't have GPNs, wish I did, because magic looping is slowing me down on this little thing, but I don't have 5mm DPNs. So this sweater was fully knit on 5mm, and the ribbing is done in 4.5. So that's why I haven't got the ribbing on the bottom done, as I was using the 4.5mm needles to finish off my angel hat. So that is last work in progress, and I think I should have that done by next time I podcast, dependent on when the yarn arrives. I'm going to finish off that ball today and see how far I get, and then I will start up when the yarn arrives. So because I've got 3 projects off the needles, I can put 3 more on, can't I? I haven't cast on anything yet, but I am going to cast on the Snow Day shawl today, I think, by Mina Phillip. And I showed the yarn for that last week, so I will show that in more detail next week once it's cast on. So I'll cast that on today, and then I need to pick out my next sock pattern. I think I'm going to do them cable socks, which I've talked about previously as well. So you can go back and check previous episodes. I think I talked about them the episode before last, so episode 14, about the patterns that I was toying with. And then as well as that, I want to knit a baby sweater, so I'm going to cast that on this week as well. So lots of projects up and coming. So that is upcoming. Moving on to acquisitions. So my acquisitions this week is actually a prize that I won on the Knitting I Love podcast, which is a podcast hosted by Barbara, who lives in Limerick. Barbara is from Poland, and she moved to Ireland, and she's full of energy and she's really, really lovely to watch. So you should definitely check her out if you don't know her. So what she does on her podcast is she has a little kind of jam jar, and she puts different podcasts that she watches into her jam jar, her jar of podcasts, and picks out a winner every time she podcasts. And my name came out of the jar. So she designs and sells little pouches. So here they are. So I got one set for myself and one set for you guys as a giveaway. So I'm going to keep this kind of berry. So this is the lavender color, I think, and this is the berry. So I'll open this up and show you. So in this, you get a cable needle holder. So you slot your needles in here, and you can secure the cable in here so that your knitting doesn't come loose in your project bags, which is really handy. And this berry colour is lovely. I think this is a new colour, that's better. This is a new colour that she has in her shop lately. So, and there's just this lovely kind of cut out design, and there's Knitting I Love. And this grey is so complimentary, it's lovely. Lovely. So that's the cable. And then there's also a DPN cozy. So similar, you just clip it in. Boop. It's beautiful. And then as well as that, there's a little tag that you can put on your work. It says handmade. Not sure if you can see that. It's kind of very green, blowing out with the light. Yeah, so that's handmade, that you can kind of sew onto any of your projects that you're maybe giving as a gift, which is quite cute. So there's two of them. This is a green and an orange. And then as well as that, there is a little needle gauge, which is really cute. They're flowers, and the middle of the flower is different needle gauges, and it's in millimeters. So I'll good sizes that I use. I'm not too sure of the US sizes, but this is a very handy little tool to have in your notions pouch. So that is absolutely lovely, and I'm going to start using them very soon because I use cable needles all the time, so this will definitely come in handy. And this colour is gorgeous. I love kind of purpley pink colours. Really pretty. So we have a lovely purple one for you guys. So this little tag as well actually is another one that you can put on your knitting once it's completed. Nice little bit of jewellery for your knitting. So yes, this is going to be a future giveaway. I need to figure out what I'm going to use it for. I'm thinking of hosting a knit along soon, so that might be added. Or I might just do a random giveaway soon for this little bad boy. Let me know what you want to do and post down below and we can discuss it. So that is my acquisitions for the week and all the yarny kind of goodness. Moving on to chatter. So the last 2 weeks have been nice. Oh, the weather here has been really, really lovely. The last week today is miserable, but during the week it was really, really hot. We had the hottest day on record for the year so far on Thursday, I think it was. It was about 26 degrees, which is toasty. Toasty for us anyway, Irish people with our pale skin. I'm not great for being out in the sun. I get burned and cranky if it's too hot. But I do love it, and everyone in the city is always so happy, and it's just it's a nice place to be when it's sunny out. So I was kind of enjoying the sun that we've had. Myself and Dave went to the cinema last weekend and we seen the new Alien film, Alien Covenant, which was, I kind of watched like this most of the time, just because it's quite gruesome, I suppose you could say. Things bursting out of people's chests and backs and faces, and yeah, it's not the nicest film. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I do enjoy the Alien films. I think the story's pretty good. I like the old ones with Sigourney Weaver. Their ones are probably superior to the new ones, but the story is moving along now, which is interesting, and I am enjoying it. But I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was probably about the same level as Prometheus, which was the previous prequel. But I'm enjoying it. What else? Oh, I started watching The Keepers last night, which is a show on Netflix about a murder. And I love a murder kind of story. I find them really interesting. I loved Making a Murderer and the Serial podcast and the O.J. Simpson trials. I get very invested. So I hope that this is good. I only watched one episode last night and it does seem very intriguing, so I look forward to getting deeper into that. So yesterday as well, I went out after work with a couple of my friends and we went to get something to eat and to get our nails done again. So I went with purple. I always go with purple. So my friend said the next time I'm not allowed, so she's going to pick what colour I get. And it's going to be something neon, like something like this, crazy. She wears quite bright colours. She kind of got a yellowy orange kind of colour. It's like a Solero. It's like an ice cream. I'm not too sure if they have them outside of Ireland, but it's that kind of orangey yellow colour. They're really nice. So I went with this purple. It's quite bright, kind of a fuchsia, and I really like it. And we went and just got food in a place called Bunsen. I believe I talked about it before. They do the most amazing burgers. So if you are a fan of burgers and you are in the Dublin area or Cork, I believe there's one in Cork, do check it out because they're delicious. And I think that's about it, guys. I will see you all next week, hopefully. Happy knitting. Bye.